Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Dutchin channel. It's Friday morning, the 22nd of March 2024, and it's just gone 10 to 9 in the morning. So we're going to work out our selections for today, the usual Dutchin and the prices on Matchbook, and use one of the exchanges if you can. So we'll start off at Lingfield then with the 112. We've got 10 that go to post here, £6,909 to winning connections. And our top selection in the 112 is Cephalus. Sounds like a disease. Right, Cephalus. Top weight, got some good form. Let's go into Matchbook and we'll look at their prices. Now, first of all, you can see the over round, because we're early in the morning, is 104. This needs to go down by about 2.5%, so don't get rushing into bet anything this early. And Cephalus at the moment is 3.55 on Matchbook, and the stakes would be £28.17 to return £100. And our second selection would be Intercessor. And Intercessor, currently 7.8. This would require stakes of £12.82 to return £100. And so far we've staked £40.99, and that leaves us £9 and a penny left, because don't forget the maximum you can stake is £50, because you want to return 100. So we're looking for even money on as many horses as we can do per race. Then our third selection will be Lenny's Spirit. Lenny's Spirit currently trading at 22, and this would require stakes of £4.55 to return £100. And our fourth selection would be Candy Warhol. And this is currently trading at the outsider at 50. So stakes of £2 would return £100. And that leaves us £2.47. And the fifth selection would be Eddie Temple at 5.7. And as you can see, it tells us we need 17.54, but we know that we've only got £2.47, and this will be going on Eddie Temple. So we delete the rest off, and you can see at the bottom there, it says £50 will be our stake. So the next thing we do, as per normal, is bring the calculator out just for the bottom selection. And as I say, you're laying out £50 stake to return 100, but the bottom selection is always going to be different because you can only go to a maximum. Right, so Eddie Temple would return £14. Yes, we know it's not the money back, but it's better than getting nothing. And we have four selections running for us, which are Cephalus, Intercessor, Lenny's Spirit, and Candy Warhol. And if one of those four obliges, we will return £100. So moving on to race 2. This will be the 142, and 9 go to post here. And my top selection would be Sunblock. So first thing we'll do is get back into Matchbook, move that along to the second race. And Sunblock is currently trading at 3.45. The over round is 102, so it needs to go down maybe 1% or half. So sunblock 3.45. The stake would be £28.99 to return £50. To return £100. And our second selection would be South Bank. And South Bank is currently trading second favourite at 3.75. So we can't afford £26.67, but we can afford £21 and a penny. So that will be the two bets that we would have in this race. You can see at the bottom there again, £50 stake. Calculator out for South Bank, 21.01 times 3.75. So if South Bank was to win, we would return £78, which is still a £28 profit. And if Sunblock was to win, we would return £100. Now, what I tell you about the bookmakers every day is that exchange bookies are different from your high street bookies. High street bookies don't charge you any commission, but they take it from the price. And on the exchange, if you return £100 there, if Sunblock was to win, £50 of that would be your stake. So the profit would have the commission taken from it. So if you've got a £50 profit, they will take anything up to 5%. Could be doing the deal, could be less than 5%. But otherwise, on £50, they will take £2.50 commission for 5%. So prices still work out better on the exchange. You can be lucky now and again to get a high street bookie price that matches it, and you wouldn't have to pay your 5%. But I prefer to do this so I can show you properly what the prices are trading. Moving into the third race at Lingfield. This will be the 212, and this is one of my favourite races, maiden there, but we have horses that have not seen the racetrack before. So straight away, I don't even bother working the form out. A line straight through it, and that's the end of that race, so there won't be a bet in the 212. Then moving on to the 242 at Lingfield. 7 go to the post here, no non-runners at present. And our number one selection is going to be Bradman, famous cricketer all those years ago. So into the 242 on Matchbook. And we can see here that Bradman is trading at 7.6. And again, at the moment, the over-round figure is 104. So that would need to come down by about 3%. And 7.6 for Bradman. Stakes there of £13.16 will return you £100. And our second selection is Cracker Star, which is favourite at the moment at 2.16. That's just moved to. And that would require £46.30. We don't have enough. We have £36.84. So that would be the maximum. Stakes of £50. There you go. Out comes the calculator again for Cracker Star. 2.16 or 11 to 10 nearly. We've times that by 36.84. That would be our stake. And that would return £79. So £79 would still be a profit if the favourite wins, and you would return £100 if Bradman was to win. Then we're going to move into the 312 at Lingfield, and the 312 Right, we've got a non-runner here. So 11 go to post, and the non-runner is Rikua Dam. So before we do anything, we'll see where we've got this to finish. Yeah, we had it finishing in 9th, so it wouldn't have been a bet anyway. And now we're down to 11 runners. So I'll just do all my little changes. I don't know if you were just watching there on the green box where I just changed the last figure up there from 12 to 11. All this tells me here is what I think that race should be worth to the winner. But the racing today is all worth a little bit more than that. But that just gives me an idea on my own ratings, you know, what I think the race should be worth. But it has no reflection on the prices or the horses that I take. So in the 312, our number one selection here would be Tribal Wisdom. So we'll change that. And Tribal Wisdom at the moment, that's currently trading at 4.3 for Burlet and Bertie, 100 to 30. And the stakes there would be £23.26 to return £100. Our second selection is Marion's Boy, which happens to be just favourite over Tribal Wisdom at 4.1. And that means we've laid out in that, with those two, 47.65, and whatever happens here, we've only got £2.35 left. And our third selection is Shalfa, which is currently trading on Matchbook at 21. But the maximum bet here is £2.35. We haven't got £4.76. And there are the three that we've done here. So we'll bring the calculator out for Shalfa. 2.35 times the SP at 21. Now this would give us £49. So it's always worth doing the small stakes on the last selection, because we're only laying out £50 anyway. So if that was to come through, it's like a cover bet. So we would get our money back there. And Tribal Wisdom and Marion's Boy would both return us £100 if one of those were to win. And of course they are looking pretty much joint favourites at the moment. So I've gone for quite a few, not shorties, but in the first and second favourite area today so far. And as you know, when you watch this on a daily basis, that isn't normally the case. Then we're going to move into the 345 here, 11 go, and there are no non-runners at present. So into the sixth race, we've given Darlow Pride as our top selection. So we'll go back into Matchbook, move into the 345. And you can see there, Darlow Pride, favourite, 4.5. So stakes of 22.22 would return us £100. And our second selection is Northcliffe. And Northcliffe is third in at the moment on 7. Stakes of £14.29 would return £100. And our third selection is Epic Express, which is second favourite. And that is trading on Matchbook currently at 6.6. Before I just work that out, let's have a look. Yeah, the over round figure there was 102. So you need another 1% off of that. And all we had to put on Epic Express was £13.49, so we can't get the 15.15 on, but it's not far short anyway. So £13.49 on the calculator, and times this by 6.6. If Epic Express was to win, it would be £89, so it's still a nice profit on that. And the other two that would return us £100 are Darlow Pride and Northcliffe. So we've got 3 against the field there, and basically they're first, second, third favourites as it stands. Then into the last race there? No, the penultimate race, the 420. We've now got 9 going to post, and there is a non-runner in Kondrativ Wave. I'm not sure if that was already a non-runner anyway, so let's go into this. Oh no, it wasn't. There it was. I gave that to come 5th. So again, I will take that out. That leaves 9. And again, in that box with the green on it, I go up and change the 10 to 9. Right, but again, you can see 2,500 quid. It's another poor race. And our top selection here is Revolution. We go back into Matchbook. And the over round figure here is 104.6, so you need at least 3% off of that before you strike a bet. And Revolution currently trading at 2.18. That's just under 6 to 5 and above 11 to 10. £45.87 required to return £100, and that surely will only leave us one more bet. And Twilight Dancer is the second favourite at 5.7. So all we can fit on this one is £4.13, and that brings our stakes up to £50. So calculator out, £4.13, and that will times by the price of 5.7. That would return £23. So it wouldn't be far short of half our money back. Not too terrible. And Revolution would return us £100. So we're going to move into the last race at Lingfield. Then we'll do a recap. I'll do a video for Lingfield on its own, and then I will do them for the rest of the meetings today as well. Because it's just too long to put all in one video. It's just easier to split them, especially if you just like following a certain meeting. And into the last race here, the 455, we've got 9 going to post, and there are no non-runners at the moment. So into my selections, and my top one is Kitab, and we'll go back into Matchbook, go into the last race there, and Kitab is currently 5.1 trading. That requires stakes of £19.61 to return £100. And our second selection is So Chic, which is just changed there to 4.6 on Matchbook, and that requires £21.74. And our third selection is Mount Mogan, which is currently 14, and that would require stakes of £7.14 to return £100. So stakes of £48.49 so far. That will leave us £1.51, and our full selection would be No Turning Back. This is currently 9.8. So £50 stakes. We've got £1.51 going on No Turning Back, and the SP there at the moment is 9.8. So that would return £14. Not a lot, but again, I would say something is better than drawing nothing. And our top three selections that would return £100 is Kitab, So Chic, and Mount Mogan. So we'll do a quick recap here. Race 1, we've got in the 112, Cephalus, Intercessor, Lenny's Spirit, and Candy Warhol. One of those four will return £100, and Eddie Temple will return the rest. The 142, our top selection there will be Sunblock. This will return £100 if it wins, and South Bank will return the lower amount. The 212 is a no betting race. The 242, our top selection there is Bradman, which will return £100, and Cracker Star will return the lower amount. In the 312, Tribal Wisdom and Marion's Boy, one of those two will return £100, and Shalfa will return the lower amount. Into race 6, the 345, we've got Darlow Pride and Northcliffe. One of those will return £100, and Epic Express will return the lower amount. Into race 7, this is the 420. We've got Revolution to return £100, and Twilight Dancer will return the lower amount. And in the 455, this is the 8th race, we've got Kitab, So Chic, and Mount Mogan. One of those to return £100, and No Turning Back will return the lower amount. So that's the whole of the Lingfield card sorted. So if you want to see the other 3 cards that I'm going to be downloading after this, then you can look on those as well. But otherwise, happy punting for this afternoon.